Hey guys, and welcome back to the developer commentary series. This is episode 3. If you've missed any of those, you can go back. There's a playlist on the right. And with me, I'm going to get the guys to introduce themselves. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Daley, community lead at Platonic, and we have...
Gavin Price.
and your role, sir?
Glitterglaze Glacier designer.
Okay.
Gary Talbot.
Don't copy me. Do it in your own style.
That is. That's Northern. Gary Talbot. That's not as I can get. I'm an animator, artist, best artist, I reckon.
Oh, you should have left it animator, mate.
No, you're just an animator.
I'm the best animator.
You're the only
You're the only
animator.
animator, mate. You're the only one here.
Well, I've got to be best at something.
Being northern. No,
What?
sorry, Daley. Being northwestern.
Northwestern.
Well, yeah, because Daley's northeastern, and you're not a better northerner in general than Daley.
She's definitely more north. Like,
Well,
Middlesbrough's more north. than
Talking of
Bolton.
north, maybe the glacier was near north because it's so snowy. Moving on.
I'm Dean, and I was the background artist on the ice level.
Question, do you have a surname?
Wilson, Dean Wilson.
He comes from a family of stranded balls.
And you're an international DJ as well.
Weekends, yeah, the odd
Yeah.
Sunday in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
And I'm Hamish Lockwood, I'm a designer.
Is that it? Nothing else?
Short and sweet, yeah. Well, I was in the other episode, so
It's to the
Oh.
point.
Yeah, they know
they
who he
already
is.
know. I'm a household name.
He's a recurring character that we haven't killed off yet.
Yeah.
We nearly went out of tape. We haven't started talking about the level yet.
Yeah, go in.
We going in?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that, the book. Oh, I love the book. That caused some problems, didn't it?
Oh, good animation.
Yeah,
though.
good animation.
Nice one.
Just an FYI, we need to get one more page before we can fully expand this world.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
And some quills.
So during the we'll have to be quick. The loading is lightning. There it is. This level, Dean, you did the background work on it.
I did.
I white boxed it out. Hamish had to go through and do all
Fixed
the
everything.
fixes. Gary,
I did
you
some
animated.
animation.
You
on it.
animated those walls.
I animated that book. That's my doing. That is.
Yeah, and a load of anims.
Yeah.
So yeah, like all the levels though, we start off with a simple path forwards using trousers recently free move. So it's gliding to get out. And for ages, I remember saying to you, Dean, you have to glide this gap, and you just didn't listen, and you could just like do all the different combinations of jumps and get out. I was like, no, Dean, you've got to be able to glide
This
over
gap?
this gap here. Yeah, and we'll have a step on the right.
Took me about a day to get over
We'll put quills on it so you can glide out in a lovely view. It took ages just to get this distance right. How do you want to apologise now for that gross incompetence of taking 80 attempts to do that?
Oh,
Hang on, I reckon I can get over here without it.
I think you can because I gave up asking Dean in the end. See?
Oh wow.
To be fair, they've obviously
talent.
To be fair, the difference between that move and gliding is about 3 pixels, which was probably a designer oversight. So move on quick.
Can we get an action replay in
Cut.
slow-mo?
Edit that bit out.
You know, people were impressed with your moves from the last video, Hamish, with the...
Nice.
But
I
Dean,
didn't even know you could do
practiced
that
a
move
bit.
he just did there. The spin
Oh.
and...
you artists, you just don't play the game. So, Dean, this is I think this has got. It's a lovely looking level in general. What were your influences?
Watched Frozen about 48 times just before making the level. Just had a little girl at the time, and the only way to keep her quiet with all the crying was to put Frozen on. So I was kind of almost forced to watch this admittedly very beautiful film many times. And coincidentally, I was tasked with the make an ice level task. So it all kind of came hand in hand, really. But there was I think we drew a little bit of influence aesthetically from perhaps the first game I worked on at Rare, which was Cameo. Certainly with the elements of the level, like the palace in the middle and the kind of almost the fairy-ish kind of like the rooftops and stuff. That was loosely drawn from that.
Yeah, I can see some cameo tones in those turrets and towers.
Indeed, yeah.
Lovely.
Was there any Spyro influence? Because someone called Brydude04 from Twitter actually asked that.
Admittedly not, because I never got to play Spyro when I was growing up, because I was always bought Sega consoles by my parents, so I never. So while everyone was enjoying Spyro, I was playing other.
Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin, yeah, and Gex the Gecko and stuff like that. No, maybe when I was doing a random Google image search at some point, perhaps Spyro came up at some point, so I was like, oh, that could be cool. But no, there was no direct Spyro.
Are you just plagiarising other games?
No, I never do that.
There's a bit of Cameo, a bit of Spyro, or maybe all the artists for all those games just aren't creative and just go for a common ground look.
Look at those rocks.
Yeah, Dean is like no.
That's Dean all over. If in doubt, talk about rocks.
Yeah, he's the best rock artist ever lived. It's like he's made more rocks than
Dean. Some of your rocks are in Sea of Thieves, right?
I think one or two might have slipped into the final game, probably. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got redone.
You joined us after working on Sea of Thieves. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to ever hire us for any rock art, Dean's available.
I think there's a few of my rocks in Connect Sports Rivals as well, actually. A game renowned for its beautiful rocks, may I add.
Synonymous, yeah.
I think I read that in the reviews.
I love it at Rare where you got pigeonholed into just doing rocks and everything you got was like rocks. So go up to your desk and you'd be doing another rock.
Well, it's not really changed here, has it? I've made every rock in Yooka-Laylee is pretty much.
Hey, can you still do that cheat where you go down and up to the left where you jump through that? You know the fire is over there.
Oh, over here?
Yeah. I used to be able to do it like randomly because I'm so rubbish at the game. I was just jumping aimlessly and I managed to get through there's like a hole or something up there and I managed to get through up there.
This is brilliant. Gary often comes out with stuff like this and then he goes, oh no, that was that other game.
No, I think you have to do the bit at least to get rid of the wall bit so you can get in. You know when you have to try and get through that gap.
I mean, I just bought the move. I think I can do it legit.
Yeah. Let's do it legit. So,
While we're still at the start, Lucas XD 2018 from Twitter asked, what were some other names that were put into consideration before choosing Glitterglaze Glacier?
we need Andy Robinson here to answer that.
Was it Glitterglaze Ice Zone or something came up?
I don't remember.
I
think this name came pretty quick and stuck.
Didn't you say Ice Cap Zone was a brilliant name for an ice level? And I had to tell you, actually, no, that's been done.
No.
Great as it is.
I thought we were going to call it ICYMETRIC Face.
You can get through there without doing that.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it.
It's another game you're thinking of, Gavin.
No, I've done it.
is.
It's happened. I could have done it for you, but you didn't let me do it.
Sorry. Next time you can beat the challenge.
Cool. Let's defeat these little snowy minions, and now you've got enough pages, I believe, to expand level. We'll get onto expansion later. After.
Do I have? No, I don't have. I need one more, don't I?
I thought you just got one.
I
No, I
think
got
you have
Norm.
enough.
Oh, you got Norm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you can go get one in there then.
Come on, man, you made this.
Yeah.
I've got a really interesting question from.
This bit I could never get across it.
Do you need to roll here?
By the way, Gary is the worst gamer at Platonic. And no, you don't need to roll. And he's going to star in a future web series called Gary is Challenged, where people from the community can come up with different gaming challenges, and we'll set them up for Gary to play and fail at over and over for our amusement.
I'm not bad at all games. There are some games I'm good at. I'm just not very good at platforming games. I'm good at those games where you sit in your underpants late at night and you just leave your simulator going and it builds you some sheep and a farm and some woods, and then you go back a couple of hours later and you've got an army and stuff and you can just leave it going.
What game is that?
Like a Settlers kind of game or something like that. I'm good at them games. But anything which requires
the ones that you don't play.
one that you don't play, you just leave it going.
Yeah.
And then you lose track
You're
of
good at
time.
the one that plays itself.
Yeah, when you lose track of time and it's like 4 a.m. and you sneak up to bed and shh, it's okay.
I thought you were going to say, I really like that game where there's loads of settlers and they have to settle down. I think it's called The People That Moved In. Anyway, I remember this one being a tricky challenge to script. We didn't quite know how we were going to do it in the end, and we weren't sure if the idea of this cave being too cold and you getting damage came through well enough.
Yeah.
But it was a good one that fits the move of showing you how being warm can help you environmentally, and then we needed the path to become unlocked only by going up this way and doing this challenge. So
Carrying the heat up, I think, was
just to bring it back to the game we're actually meant to be talking about, not Gary's life.
Now draw your attention to the beautiful use of orange point lights in this area as well.
Alright, I can't see any.
Turn round.
Don't turn around. Oh.
That's the fire. No, there's one.
And
There's
there.
one. There's one.
Dean got quotes in video game publications about orange point lights, and then we started giving false quotes on behalf of Dean to other publications about orange point lights all the time because he kept talking about them so much. But hey, no, you do get some beautiful vistas in this level.
Is that a modelled mountain or a texture?
That's fully polygonal, that is.
Whoa.
I got lashings for that.
I don't even
Stay in
recognise
there.
this area. I don't even know if I've been
I'll
there.
go back and expand, actually.
Cool.
I think this was the last level I could actually complete. I think every other level I really struggled. Up until this point, I was like, okay at the game. Second level, third level, rubbish.
You know about this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an hard game. I used to have nightmares if Lee gave me a test plan that was any more than first or second level. I remember I got the test plan for just doing the loading level screen where you've got to check the sound and stuff. That was about my level.
You have to test the loading
I was
screen.
good at that. I had to test the loading screen and go and check that the audio works on the menu selection.
Just to give an insight to all the listeners right now, or viewers, test plans are what we come up with and use to stress test different areas of the game. And actually, the team did a really good job, like chipping in and helping out the QA once their roles on the game, development-wise, had pretty much come to a halt. Everyone got, rolled the sleeves up and joined in testing and QAing and doing these tests, and they're really, really quite repetitive, and it takes a lot of mental strength to go through. So right now I'll just say thank you to everyone on the team for doing all that extra QA work.
You're welcome.
Apart from you used to lie and say you completed everything. You never did.
I did.
Full of lies, mate.
Hey, look, we've expanded. And we wanted this to be a real contrast to the previous expansion where, and Lady calls it out, she's like, what? All we get is an extra key for this world. Unbelievable, right? You just got a whole new monument over in Trobostat Tropics, but now all you get is a couple of keys.
It's cool though, it's a bit more mysterious.
Yeah, and ice keys were kind of a reference to a certain other game as well.
Yeah, we had that come in as a question actually from Super Connor 64.
Which game was that?
Spyro.
That's it.
Yeah, it was a deliberate reference.
I still remember that day when you were saying to me, Dean, we're going to have this palace in the middle of the ice level, and I'm just really struggling to come up with like a really genius name that's completely, that fits it perfectly in the context of the level. And I remember just saying, Gav,
don't you dare.
It's an ice. Hold on a minute. It's an isometric view in an ice level. I've got it. ICYMETRIC palace.
Unbelievable. You can date my sister.
That was the day I was promoted as well, wasn't it?
You can trump in my vicinity, but you can't take another man's pun. That is honest. Right after this, we'll have to go to the meeting room.
Oh,
I forgot we've got the two.
It's the lashings room for me.
Yeah, the lashes.
Yeah.
Oh, we should explain.
We'll let viewers decide who came up with that one.
Basically, if there was any mistakes on the game or we do anything wrong, there's something called the lashes room, and
I remember it was just me and Hamish, and I said ICYMETRIC Palace, and Hamish just looked at me and went 9 out of 10.
Hamish, why are you looking at me like that?
I don't remember any of this.
who's the
I
best
think that was
at
named
puns? You two,
before
you
I
two?
joined the level, I think.
Yeah.
So
Who's the best at puns?
No, we'll have a pun battle, won't we, one day? Maybe a feature.
Dean versus Gav pun battle.
Here's good old Bros, Snowmen.
It's got to be close.
I like how each level got custom objects for the goo guys to attach to.
Oh.
It's funny because snowmen already have eyes.
It's again nice use of orange point lights on the pillars there, as you can see. Fully shadow casting as well to keep the frame rate up.
Some of your earliest concept art, which was Yooka-Laylee silhouetted against the moon, was it not?
Yes.
On a frozen level.
Yeah,
that was an early concept art for
I'll
this
just
level.
recreate
wasn't
it.
it?
That was very early. Yeah, I remember taking that bit of concept art, putting it into Photoshop, and butchering out the star formation and putting it onto the sky dome for this. If you look up to the left, Hamish.
What is that?
There's
Oh.
the Laylee face one. Yeah, somewhere.
There. Is that it? Right there.
No, it's the moon.
No, there.
Where? Oh yeah, that's it.
What am I looking at?
I know the moon.
What am I looking at? A star feature?
The stars.
The Laylee's face in the stars. Yeah, that was kind of
In the
Is that what it's
centre. In the
meant to be?
centre
that
of the
was cut
screen.
and paste for some more concepts. Yeah.
I can't see that.
I think it might be in other parts as well.
That's
We'll try and find a
nonsense,
clip.
that, yeah?
No, that's true.
It's there. You just
Really?
gotta look closely.
There you go.
What?
See, there's the nose, mouth, eye, ears.
We'll have to join the dots up.
Yeah.
Is
We'll get a
that a dot
picture.
to dot? If I do a dot to dot later this afternoon,
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
print one out for
is
you.
I
By the way, fun fact: when you go into the isometric palace, the levels are actually out here, out in the abyss, and they load in, and that's actually where it all sits in the scene. So if you were to put a camera out here and look out this way, you'd see them turning off, and you can run around out here.
I'm just beginning to realise that I probably didn't do that much animation in this bit. I think Steve could take all the glory here. Because most of Yuka was already animated before I turned up.
You did the plough, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I did the transformation though. Did the whole transformation.
that's the plough.
Well, some of it. Kev did some of it. It was a bit of like a mixture.
Fun fact: those pink trees. I remember when I joined Platonic and we had a lot of very early artwork in there. I remember those pink trees that Mr. Hurst did. They weighed in I think it was 17,000 polys per tree at the time.
Oh my goodness.
That's how he got his nickname, wasn't it?
That's an entire game on an N64, probably.
Yeah.
I thought you took that crown though for like.
No, believe it or not, I'm actually very conservative in my poly use, despite the rumours.
Yeah. What does Gav? What do you call him, Gav?
Who?
World's worst. Gav?
No, Dean is the video game industry's greatest artist and the world's worst dev at the same time.
Known as the killer of frame rates.
I think you're just known as the guy who just doesn't listen. Do you remember when we kept saying, like, we can't put anything new on this level now? It's finished, and you just kept putting new things in.
Yeah.
That was a really nervous laugh.
Yeah, sort of.
Who reckons had the most lashes? You or me?
Probably you, I reckon. Yeah. I'm behaving these days. Orange point like the background there, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's hard this Hamish. I couldn't get up there.
I think Steve Mails placed a lot of these quills down again, and he was pretty mean, and isn't he? Like making you risk it there.
Yeah, if you fell.
Yeah,
Well, it comes back.
was it
it's a
Nails
frustrating user experience getting back up there.
Was it Nails who
We
placed the
felt
notorious one on Tribal Stack? The
No.
one that no one found.
That was
I think it was
Kev.
Bayless,
Oh,
yeah.
I think we've all fingered
It's
Kev
great,
for that.
that.
Yeah,
Evil
we've
bugger, isn't he?
name shamed him.
Yeah.
Someone thanked him for
It
it
was
though.
good though, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamish, you just teased us. We thought you were going in.
No, I am, but I just want to get quills because we'll need to get more moves, right? So
Yeah.
just
Oh,
being
yeah.
I
thorough.
reckon I spent about a week in that maze that you created, Dean. Couldn't get out of there. Once you go in there.
Well, Gav kind of created it. I just made it look. I just put orange point lights in to make it look nice.
And there were numerous rooms in the isometric palace which were part of the backers getting involved that had pledged at quite a high tier to help design part of the game. So some rooms have got plaques in with their names referencing them, which is cool.
Quite a few, actually.
Yeah, and why did we do an isometric palace? I always used to think I loved isometric adventure games. The old, Rare when they were called Ultimate Play the Game. Did a ton of well-known isometric adventure games, and then people who kind of helped Rare out back in the day also did some of their own isometric games. One on the SNES called Equinox 2. Or Solstice 2 Equinox, I think it was called, and I absolutely loved that game. So this was a bit of me taking a personal liberty and wanting to do something really selfish and make an isometric level. Because I'd still love to work on a full-blown isometric adventure game, but no, this was a way of getting it done. It's almost as like a prototype for what maybe we could do in future.
Yeah, I did quite like the isometric palace. I did. It's different. It's different to the rest of the stuff in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I say, it's a nod to Rare's past. Really, really old past.
Apart from I never got out of there. I had to get some help.
Here's an interesting fact. The layout of that race is loosely based on one of my favourite tracks on Super Mario Kart, Mario Circuit 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a direct?
Oh, with the
With the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I mirrored it so it didn't look too direct, but yeah.
They'll never find out.
Yeah.
Interesting art facts. The tiles on the floor,
Read the plaque. Read the plaque.
individually modelled. The pattern on them is based on the Green Hill Zone's rocks with the checkers.
That's rubbish.
Green Hill Zone
You
No.
never know when he's
What?
telling the truth, do you?
in
Thing-
Sonic.
Yeah, kind of. The
She's
checkers.
lying.
Yeah.
Anyway, who was this room co-designed with?
Eric Weakwall.
Ah,
Which is funny because there's a weak wall in this room.
that's right. We deliberately put a weak wall in to make
Yeah.
his name fit.
So you worked with him to create the layout and I guess the challenge. Like,
Yeah, we
let's
discussed
make a-
various types of
almost
different
like a
challenges.
race.
Said, hey, we could have a room where there's a race for Yooka-Laylee to go around a timed circuit, and we could hazard it up.
It was like putting the camera through the leaves.
Yeah.
Lee missed that one out, didn't he?
I mean, technically, it's not quite doing the same kind of camera work as what a genuine isometric game does.
Yeah.
We were limited to you kind of restricting what our tools could do.
And this one, it does kind of change on a per room basis.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If it's more convenient to make it look a little different, then
Yeah, there's one particular section where you're riding a platform all the way down, and that's pretty much face on. It's a little more Mario 3D World than it is isometric, I guess.
You like one of your effects then, Hamish? Is that one of yours?
But
Fire?
I do think, Dean, some of these areas in the isometric are stunning.
Yeah, and the lighting's excellent.
Yeah.
Did a good job there, I'll give you that.
what is up with that
Thanks,
texture
Jerry.
right
The
now?
animation's not bad either.
I didn't do any
Oh, was it males
animation
did
on
that?
this.
Oh,
Males,
I'll take
yeah.
that back then.
Well, I like this puzzle. You have to burn the thing, but you can relight it, and it screws you up if you do it.
Yeah.
Tom Fokker from Facebook asked.
Did you just laugh at his name?
No.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, what's funny about Tom?
It's Tom, wasn't it?
Come on.
I missed that.
He asked, "Why did you decide to make the water in Glitterglaze Glacier safe to swim in?"
Because there was a time when it was going to be dangerous, but it was really frustrating falling in and then taking damage as well as not getting to where you wanted to go. So, yeah, it was toyed with at one point, but we didn't really take advantage enough of the water feature in the level anyway. So, sadly,
It's hard enough.
yeah, we could have done more with that.
Oh yeah, I guess here's one for you,
Solstice.
Dean.
Yeah, and I kept on telling Edward Solstice he's got the surname here of the isometric game
Yeah.
that I was in love with on the SNES.
One of the streamers thought that this was a reference to that game.
yeah.
I remember.
No, it's just a lovely, happy coincidence.
Yeah.
Go Edward.
So far,
Solstice.
2 for 2 coincidences.
Yeah,
the names.
yeah.
Yeah, Alex Kerr from Facebook asked, "What was it like coming up with the lighting for this particular level? The lighting for this level really stood out to me."
There you go, Dean.
Did you
Oh,
use a
praise,
particular
high
coloured
praise.
point?
Who's that
light,
from?
mate?
Dean Wilson?
Well, I may or may not have mentioned so far the use of orange point lights in this level. Well, I think really it was all about. I don't want to go into an artsy-fartsy art direction masterclass or anything, but it was kind of like I just wanted to have a dramatically different palette to the first level, which was obviously very, very blue. It's very easy to go down blue skies, green grass kind of thing, but we wanted to kind of have the kind of the purple, bluey, orange kind of contrast with this one, just to make it feel very different. I'm again looked at funny now, and yeah, lots of orange point lights as well, just to give it that.
I don't know how you did it, but somehow you made an icy level look different to a jungle level. Well done.
Well, yeah.
Did you have any restrictions on lights? Did you have any light restrictions?
I didn't think I did, and then I got taken to the Lashin's room when I had like 400 lights in the level, and
Right,
the game was
okay.
running at 3 frames a second.
Look, everyone, we're inside
Here's another animation.
We're inside a boiler called Bernie. We've gone past a really cheesy pun, but this I call this boss the Pong boss. Because I used to say, well, this boss, he'll pong around the wall. And everyone just knew what I meant from the video game Breakout.
He looks like a thwomp.
So is this your boss, Gav?
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with that boss.
Oh.
Do you do any animation? In this
No,
game,
can we find something I did? There must be something I did on this game.
Hang on, did we even invite you to this? Did you just follow us in?
He's trying to find the bathroom.
So you can light the torches to give him extra secret damage. And I think that was lifted from Super Metroid, that boss where you can grapple hook the electric turrets on the walls for extra damage. But no, he keeps ponging, he gets faster, the level gets more precarious, the challenge gets more precarious as it goes on.
I've never beaten
I quite
this
like
boss.
this boss.
I've never beaten him.
Did you ever get this far?
I did just about. I had to get help.
If I keep lighting these and evading him,
I had a
will he
nightmare
eventually
about
die?
him.
Yeah, but you can get the timings of his shots and
He appeared in the nightmares.
take him on like a master. Watch it. He's,
I'm gonna die.
yeah.
Does this have debug mode?
No.
Damn it.
If you die, we'll just go somewhere else. Oh, he's speaking. That means he's speeding up. Look at him.
The strategy has just come back to me, actually.
Watch out.
How are you playing this, Hamish? It's
Moving like a
amazing.
green shell.
You're not even sweating.
Oh.
The flame, the torch got me. I didn't even get killed by the boss.
You should put more rings around there to collect.
Hamish.
Do you want to watch me playing?
You got caught on the Malonga Guild chuck.
Should we give it another go, or should we just move on? Let's explore somewhere else.
Yeah, we've got
Let's
limited time.
Let's go and see Puzz.
No.
No. I can talk about her.
You might have animated her and then...
Whoa, these came back on.
Whoa. Who did the challenge reset here, Hamish?
I did, actually.
Yeah, Snowman.
Because
this
you
is
went on
so-
holiday and I had to fix this level up for you. Here's a fun fact. The challenge reset on the isometric palace alone took as long as the entire fifth world. So, thanks to that.
You're welcome.
Lake Konopowski asked, how did the idea of eyeballs that jump onto random objects and take them over come about, and how did you code the game to get that to work?
I think Khan coded the enemies, right? We had to create certain objects with certain common components to get it to work. It wasn't actually that difficult because they all kind of animate similarly, don't they? They all squash and bounce.
I have no idea. I didn't do the animation.
You're
on that.
joking?
Nope.
Oh my god!
Did you just climb into the
Have you,
bathroom
ever
window?
done, have you ever done any work here?
It seemed like I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on that big giant
The
gas
jump.
ball called the Planet.
Yeah.
Remember, she gave me a few nightmares as well.
Great. Come back in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
No, the idea was because a lot of the games we worked on in the past were kind of synonymous with objects just having come to life and seemingly just having big googly eyes on them. And we thought, hang on, it would be great that we could have... And it started off as a lot grander in scope that almost any object could have googly eyes attached to it, but we had to limit ourselves a bit. It's kind of cool to have these googly eye enemies. And I'm a big fan of the googly eyes. I'd love to do something with them as the star of the show. At some point, maybe.
That'd be cool. I like the idea.
Yeah, they've got a lot of scope there. They,
They're a bit of a...
googly eye battle royale where there's just like hundreds of objects littering an arena, and maybe somehow the arena shrinks over time, but everyone just keeps controlling a pair of googly eyes and jumps onto different objects and uses them to beat up and battle other googly eye objects and be kind of like the last one standing.
How about
I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do this.
Googler-Laylee? Watch this space. Googler-Laylee.
Stick to orange point lights.
All right.
I thought you could have come back with a better pun. I was like,
So you couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't just like
Yeah, so you've been
isometric
beaten.
palace one.
There's
Yeah.
a winner. Got beaten, Gav.
Shooting gallery. Da-da, da-da.
Oh, did I do something in here?
No.
Did you animate those bob up and down?
No, I tweened them.
Did you rotate the propeller?
Yeah, look at that. Look at them going
Gav,
off.
this is one of the things.
Come on, look at them
I did
going
when
off.
you were on
See, if
holiday.
I'd have been doing this,
Whoa,
they'd have
whoa,
gone
whoa.
off with an
You
explosion.
put the challenge
and everything.
together, and then it was all broken. And I had to come here and
I
fix it.
tweened them originally. Maybe you fixed it.
You can tell that's designer work that is there.
Oh, that's my first ever outbounce tween on that bridge. And I remember when I showed Hamish, and Hamish looked at me and just nodded silently
Yeah.
and carried on with his work.
Because everything he did was linear tween, which looks terrible.
Yeah, you're not a bad animator actually, Hamish. I
I used
think
to
you
do
put a
animations
bit
growing
of
up.
pride into animation. I like it.
Thanks.
I can tell when you've been in the game doing some animations.
Like this is my
Yeah,
favourite
that-
challenge in the entire game, I think. And if I've gone on record somewhere else saying another challenge was, then I've changed my mind. For now.
This room was notoriously difficult to light, actually. I'll give it that.
It still looks good though. You still do a decent job, mate.
Okay, Gav, can you remember though?
I don't know. Yeah, I loved scripting and writing this challenge. I see you've done well to get this far.
That's what I said to Gary on the tutorial, wasn't it?
But this is my favourite challenge. Like, it's a completely dark room. You have to light yourself and go around and learn about it to answer the quiz questions right. Loads of puns. What's not to love about this room? Oh,
I probably swore a lot doing this room.
and we played this cagey as if he's a really bad game show host. My researchers tell me, look at that. Savour the text here.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't animate the pagey. Kev animated the pagey. He can take that.
How many tiles are on the floor in this room?
Oh look,
We made it so
animated
that
him.
I remember we counted these,
We counted them, yeah.
and then it was some weird number like, oh, that sounds fake. So we made it so like it's obviously not 10, and it's probably not 1,000. So
Yes. Great guess. Next question. What colour are the pipes in this room? Oh, we're getting all the easy questions here.
red.
Yeah.
It's because they're red everywhere else, so I assume they're the same.
Another great guess. Well done. Oh, a toughie.
Barrels minus
who voiced
crates.
who voiced the
Probably not
pagey?
high.
No, I reckon
2
it'd be
or
the
1?
mid one.
2.
I'm just guessing. Yeah, go mid.
Pagey was a backer.
Wait,
wasn't it?
oh, we got it right. Look, can we accept that answer? I'm just checking with the voice in my head. I used to love these moments on TV quiz shows back in the day. Snooker, Whaley, you both came here as losers.
What was your favourite TV quiz show?
Bullseye,
Yeah, Bullseye was.
Jim
good,
Bowen.
wasn't it?
Yeah, combined darts and general
What was that
knowledge.
snooker one? That snooker one was good.
Jim Davidson.
Snooker in you, was it? Something. It's only
I
a
dunno.
game, so you. Is that the snooker one or is that Bullseye?
No, that's
John Virgo.
John Virgo, yeah, the
Yeah.
Virgo trick shots.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. It's good, that.
Cool, excellent challenge and lovely challenge reset
the end of that
scripting.
conversation.
Hamish.
Thank you. Didn't see it, but it's there.
Lovely. A room as well with hardly any lighting in, Dean. Did that kill you having to do a room like that?
It
Did
was
it go against all your artistic integrity?
It was the hardest room to light,
Yeah,
actually.
it is,
So it was a strict ban on orange point light, so it was very, very tricky.
That can be the
Outlook
thing.
on
The
that.
hardest thing with art is when you have huge restrictions on something, and you still got to achieve.
Should we go out?
It's
So yeah, just before we
Hardest
leave,
challenge,
an
isn't it?
interesting note on the isometric design of the isometric palace. I think I ended up settling on, because I didn't know how many rooms to come back with using different abilities such as invisibility, which does some light refracting.
nice.
But I kind of ended up thinking, you know what, I've got to make a choice, and I think the isometric palace, I always wanted it to be the last thing anyone does in the game once they've once they've purchased all the moves and got all the moves. So it felt like it was its own game in a game. It was almost like you were getting a free second game. But I don't think that generally came across in the design, so I apologise for that. There's something wrong with the lighting on this ice.
It's like a lump of coal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that? Is it?
You can't see the pagey inside that you're trying to warm up. But there's no heat coming through the heating because we didn't defeat the boss inside Bernie the boiler, so...
You put if you beat the boss, the fire's there, and then it would melt. Then you get
Yeah, and then the fires work with glide move, so they raise and lift you up to new areas. It was slightly Metroidvania, but like I say, I think the isometric palace is best appreciated when you finish the game, do this last, come back with all the moves, and it's like playing its own mini game.
Do you know what you're doing, Hamish? You look like you do.
Not really. I don't know where I'm going. I do get lost in here, I have to say.
Yeah. Whew. I like those windows. Did a good job with the lights on those windows, Dean.
Yeah, it's the classic, aren't they?
Brings a bit of colour to it, you know. Nice.
I wasn't looking at pun, Gary. It's rubbish.
I'm no good at puns. I make puns by mistake and don't even realise.
Gary's stained his reputation.
You gonna go see Puzz?
Yes, we can go do Buzz, but I might get a move.
I'm trying to think if I did any Yooka-Laylee animations in this game. Oh, did the talk. There you go. There is a classic animation from me there. Talking.
Is this an appropriate time to do a trouser impression, or shall I just not?
Do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dean
go
is
for it.
trouser,
Yeah.
yeah.
I am famously the voice of Trouser, yeah. Don't usually do it on request, but on this one occasion, you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
I'll wait for me to finish talking in the end. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
What, that's just literally one syllable.
Well,
Do all of
Come
it.
on.
Say hello, my name's Dean
no,
Wilson.
I'm spent now. That's your lot. Until episode 5, and then you can move on.
We could in a minute after seeing Puzz, we could host the first ever episode ad hoc of Gary is challenged by making him do
The dark level.
the dark cave,
Oh, I've got sweat.
Yeah.
the gloomy grotto.
You better put another Scotch tape in for that. We might need a few more hours to.
Yeah.
It's just going to be loads of beeping because it gets me all aggro and like,
That's entertaining,
Can't-
though, isn't it?
yeah, I can't take it. Or we're near the what's it called, the transformation challenge there. That's another one.
I'm going to get the Buzz token first. I think it's up here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Planker, another animation I didn't do.
I don't think his name ended up being Planker, did it?
Did it not?
No. Which
Oh, no.
Was
I
it?
think
something
you
Woody?
need the
Was it Woody or something? Wouldn't he?
the bomb,
Woody.
What was he called? Planker.
I think he was Planker.
Mr. Note It Post or Planker. Was he?
I think it was called Noted Post until the game came out, and then we're like, okay, well, until almost the game came out, and it's like, okay, let's do a pass on the character names, because it was a temp one.
You're
And now-
joking. He's got his own game coming out in a few weeks. We've named it wrong.
What's that noise? Is that being picked? It sounds like some kind of beast or something in the background.
You mean upstairs? Oh,
I think that's the neighbouring office upstairs.
yeah. Gav, do you want to tell them what the office upstairs does?
Oh, I need that.
They make really cool, lifelike artificial limbs, and they're really good. We when it was the charity coffee day,
morning, wasn't
we
it?
went
They
up and
invited
had a
us
look.
up- they invited us up
It was
to cake.
unbelievable. And all you did, Dean, was pick up a fake limb and smell it. I remember.
I was curious. I've never held a fake limb before.
Why smell it?
Just did. I can't really explain why I did.
But they genuinely are massively skillful at their job, and they for their clients they create very lifelike matching limbs.
There's a couple like tattooed prosthetics as well, wasn't there? There was all
Yeah,
kinds of
they
stuff.
had any tattoos lost in losing the limb. So
I remember talking
No.
to the I think it was the lead prosthetic artist there, and he was saying that one request they had once was for one guy who had a prosthetic lower leg, and he had I think he said he had a bookshelf carved into the back of the leg with lots of little books on, which was crazy. So yeah, never seen anything like that before in my life.
no, and it's kind of cool being on the Business Park One. We're amongst lots of different businesses from lots of different industries. So
Yeah.
there's a little extra insight into life at Platonic. Cool.
Here we go. I didn't do the machine, but I did that. See that woman in the background now with the tentacle arms?
Dr. Pug.
That is a Gary Talbot animation.
Okay, so about
Let's go and see it.
45 minutes in, we found something Gary worked.
Go and see it. Come on, let's go.
Just
up and
talk
have a
to
look.
her.
Talk to her. You were too busy
Yeah,
kissing
but let's
the
have a
cat.
look at the animation. A little fish in the tank. Look at the little fish.
you can't see it because look, Male's animation's in the way.
Gary.
Get rid of Male's animation. The truck.
I got to admit, the truck's really
Hilarious.
nicely animated.
Gary
isn't
doesn't
it?
even know the relevance of the fish in the tank, do you?
Well, no. Yeah, no. I just got told to put a fish in the tank and make sure it touches the glass, and I didn't do the touch the glass, and I got a bollocking off Steve Males. He said you got to make it touch the glass.
A certain number of times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you idiot.
So because I'm not old enough.
You had one animation task to do,
Oh,
and
when's
you
he gonna
didn't do
do
it
it?
right.
Oh,
Unbelievable. You were too busy playing the Settlers instead of Banjo-Kazooie.
One of the worst things was there was always so many characters that had blooming tentacles, and tentacles are like the hardest things to animate. It's just so complicated, and he just kept putting tentacles in.
With that knowledge, I just want to do a game just about tentacles now.
Yooka-Laylee. No.
No.
I was saying the animation on that looks beautiful.
I can't get
that was
across
males,
the-
wasn't it? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but thing is, males did all these animations,
Oh.
and then they always needed me fixing them. I had to go and fix up his stuff because he's just.
You're technically very good. Steve's more creative and technically terrible. Is that right?
Steve's my
Would
understudy.
you say that
I-
out of your mouth, that quote?
No, I'm the Jedi Master, and he's my understudy basically.
Unbelievable.
so I remember the plough here had to
I can't get across
went
here.
through a
Go
bit
on,
of a
this-
change in that patch that we did.
We had
right?
to patch the controls, yeah.
It was
make it-
very loosey goosey, and now it's extremely tight to control.
Yeah, you make it look
That's
so easy, Hamish. Like, literally, I could spend the whole day trying to get across those there. Have
you tried the new controls? They're better.
Right,
You
pass
might-
it here.
you might
Watch
be able to
this.
do it
Let's see
now.
if we can get across.
Let's watch out for
Ooh,
Do you want me to go get a round of coffees in?
ooh.
Here we go.
Just try to
here we
jump
go,
over.
Here we go.
Wait.
Keep in mind, I fell as well. So
Try again.
Let's see if we can get up. Oh, I can get up there quicker now. Ooh.
Oh, nearly there. Straight line.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Yes.
9 degrees.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
It's because
You've been practicing, Gary?
no, it's because of all the tests.
Watch the
I did.
statue, yeah.
Let's see if we can do it this time. Come on! I panic when I get on. I can't
Don't
stop
panic.
panicking. I'm
It's fine,
panicking.
fine.
Come on, Gary. I'll
Ah,
there, mate.
Stop
I can't see because of the other ledge. I've done it.
Oh, that's...
There you go.
That was the
Whoa.
most inefficient way over there I've ever seen, but it was very entertaining. Gary's challenge is going to be the best thing on the internet in 2019.
Gone up
Guaranteed.
about 3 degrees in heat.
Get you back
Right.
on the test plan now.
We're heading towards some more animation by Mr.
Some more
Garrett
snowmen
Albert.
as well.
Yeah.
So the
Witch
plough-
one's in here, right? The grunty one. I mean, the witch one. The random witch one.
We have to get the hats first, right? So the plough challenge is finding the hats for the snowmen.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Last
You
one.
had to figure out how to
Oh, you
get
look
the
at it?
plough around
Let's
the
have a
level.
look at my animation. Look at that. It's laughing.
There
Look
you
at him
go.
laugh.
Is he?
Yeah, he's laughing. He goes, watch. Wait. Let's see.
She.
His eye. Is it a she? You might do something else now. He might brush. No, he's laughing again.
Oh, I thought he felt sick.
No, he is guilty.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey, he does a bit of brushing in a
He
minute.
doesn't look very happy if he's laughing, Gary. Does he?
Look, what I've put a lot of time into this. Wait, he's going to brush in a minute.
Looks a
Come on,
bit-
Here we go. Look at that brush. It's even bending the ends. Look at that.
Whoa! How many joints in that brush?
Not that many. We're
You
efficient.
didn't put any dust
We're
on.
efficient.
Don't
Don't.
put any dust particles, so he's not even brushing anything. It'd be a dusty floor in a cave, Gary.
I
You
did.
missed it.
I wasn't the
Attention to
particle.
detail, it makes all the
Yeah, but
difference.
I
Gary.
wasn't the particle master. I wasn't.
Just gonna get some more quills up here,
Hey.
and then
Don't know who did the particle stuff actually.
there's a good ice challenge here that you can completely circumnavigate with
But
this
it's
guy.
still.
Yeah.
That was one cool thing actually
You've
about the
cheesed
plough
it.
is you can drive on slippy stuff very easily.
Yeah.
Here's an
Sonic
interesting
unlocked.
fact. My son loves watching this game, and he calls it goat because he thinks it looks like a goat rather than a lizard. And he's only young, he's 3, and he always likes this plough bit because he loves diggers. And when he says, "Oh, Daddy, play goat," and I go, "Oh, go on now." And he goes, "Which level?" "Oh, play bulldozer." And I'm like, "Oh no, not the bulldozer."
So enthusiastic about playing the game.
Yeah, it's
He,
because
he truly
so-
is your son.
I'm so bad at playing platformy games, and it makes me play this bit, and I struggle with a digger. I go, "Can I just roll around?" No.
Before we
play
leave,
digger.
I have to say I think this is my favourite room in this level. It's so nice, all these crystals.
So he thinks Yooka is a goat. Did you
He
say a
think-
goat?
He actually thinks
Sorry.
it's a goat when he says, "Can we play goat?" And he still calls it goat. I've told
Aw.
him it's not goat, but he thinks
Well,
it's
there's only
goat.
3, Gary.
Blimey. He's your son.
He's right, sir. Yeah.
You come up with some brilliant stories for your son, which I won't repeat here.
Are you kidding, Gary?
Is that a pun? Kids.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, kid is in goat, baby.
That's a double pun.
Actually, that's a double
Yeah,
pun. That's
that's
brilliant.
No, he calls it goat.
Dean, double
No,
for
no, Gal,
Wilson.
I'm not high-fiving you.
Big tens.
You could high five yourself, Dean, and no one would ever know.
Just did.
Right then, let's crack on.
Richard Willis from Facebook asked, did you have...
Oh, mate, I could have done that. I could have.
Sorry,
done that
Richard,
easy.
we've just interrupted your question.
Did you have other ideas for the snowplow transformation that were not put in?
Yes.
I think he means in terms of like what it is itself and then the challenges as well.
Brilliant. No, I think snowplow was kind of in early. There was talk at one point of having deformable snow, but frame rates and all the orange point lights on the level put an end to that.
I think also it used to be able to drive underwater, and then in certain parts you could never, couldn't
You got
climb out.
soft locked, yeah.
So I had to transform back,
Well, that would have
which is a
made
real
it
shame
lot easier.
because right now, I fell into the water, and now
Yeah,
if I
you
want to
gotta
go
go
up there, I have to go all the way back and turn it.
You can use the alternate entrance, can't you, to go with the plough up to that ledge?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
One
Let's-
doesn't
let's-
make any sense.
Yeah.
So where am I headed? Out to the top of this area?
Go to Kartos, because I think
Actually, yeah.
most people's first minecart level would have probably been this level. Because
Yeah, it's
the
available
first
from the start,
world,
isn't it?
yeah, it's available from the start, whereas the first level is.
I think the minecart is
expansion.
definitely the hardest thing in the game because it just gets harder and harder. Even this minecart on this one I thought was difficult, but I think everything's difficult.
Yeah. Like animating tentacles.
Yeah, that's difficult.
I think you did a cracking good job on these, on Puzz's tentacles, right?
Yeah, I think it's one.
You said Kraken, didn't you?
Yeah,
Oh,
because they got tentacles.
Yeah, it's cracking like that.
I didn't hear him say that.
I did,
I
yeah.
sensed a pun. I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, he speaks with just puns constantly.
90% of what I say is pun.
Oh,
I love cartoons.
Yeah.
I animated him. Oh yes, there he is. 2 animations on one screen. Did the talking, and him. What's he called?
Kartos,
That's
yeah.
it.
You did the icons talking.
I did the talking of Yooka-Laylee there.
Oh.
I've got to admit, I do love Laylee's little idols that he does when he's... Sorry, she. I like that. I mean, beautifully animated about that.
Yeah, they don't blend together so well because we can click out in and out of the conversation, so it cuts them off. But did this? Yeah, did all this? Oh, look at that! Look at that anim there.
one's
Look at those
excited,
anims. Watch
Gary.
that there. Yeah, nice
I didn't get the
bounce.
thing.
Oh, look at that. He shoots as well. Look at that hit we had there, then. Oh, look at that. He's jumping.
Oh, set it up.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Look, you can tell it's mine. It's miles better than Steve's stuff. Look at it. It's got way more. Look at that there. Look at that fluidity in the animation.
Dean,
How do you do this?
I made this so it actually goes on a nice tour of your level and gives you some good, lovely, beautiful views.
Thank
So
you very much.
the track actually made some
If you don't-
concessions to go on this route and give some lovely views of your level.
If you don't make it right,
Oh,
Hamish,
that's-
let me have a go because I'm really good at this.
I'd love to see this. I didn't actually realise you could dash over the flat gaps. I thought you had to jump over them.
Wow.
Oh, has he done it?
Pure,
course you've
pure
done it.
fluke for that.
I have a go?
Yeah, you can do it again, can't you?
I
Power.
don't know, I think
Go on, let me have
Should
a
we
go.
give Gary
Yeah,
a
no.
go?
Go on, let me have a go.
Yeah.
Just for lols. Go on.
Right, watch this.
Go on, Gary. You've got 107. Was it 107 to beat?
What's
I'm
jump?
not
Is
sure.
it green
Surely
button?
he'll say. Yeah.
Right.
Green button.
I'm just
Yeah.
moving anything
Fire, red
breakable
button.
away from
I think this one.
the cord
Blue
he's
button.
holding the controller to.
Do I have to do anything here? I can't remember now. Just clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to talk to him
And then
again.
when he goes, do you have to talk to him again, do you? Oh, look at that, my animations again.
It's the same one.
No, he's got 3 talk anims actually.
They didn't really come through.
Did they not? Oh,
That's
right,
3
okay.
times wasted work. We could have had 2 more characters.
Ooh, gotta get that. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice, nice. He's gonna pull the
Watch
gun.
it, watch it.
So you want
Shoot.
You dodged that one
Shoot.
expertly, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
So you want track to beat Hamish's score?
Oh.
Oh, got that one. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh,
There's
press
a
the
bit of
wrong
skill on
button.
display there.
It's not, it's just random, but. Oh! I pressed the button, it didn't jump.
Which button did you press?
Oh, yeah, I pressed red. That was A, isn't it?
red. He skips between A, red,
One more goal, one more goal,
and
one more
the
goal.
shoot.
Come on.
This is brilliant. Ooh. We best monetise Gary is challenged because we'll be billionaires.
I bet if I just let it play without pressing anything, I bet it does better than me. You know, it just... Does it actually go round if I don't do anything?
No, there's some gaps you
Fall down the
fall
hole.
down.
All right, okay.
Why don't you just try to get to the end? That would be-
Okay, let's see if we can get to the end. Right, jump over that. Go. Oh! Oh! No, I didn't mean to do that.
Can the gems go into the negatives?
No.
You see that? That was like...
Ooh.
Good music though.
Lovely Dave Wise music, yeah.
One of my favourite tracks in the game, this one.
Oh,
Great.
oh, did you see that? I was lucky that, wasn't it?
Technically, no.
No, I've fallen. I failed. Let's not do it. It's just going to take too long.
I ain't going to
That was
complete
close
that.
though. Alright, let's do this one.
Which one's that one? Or the one we have to climb up?
The high jump course, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we was optimising this bit of the level, Gav, and I managed to reduce those platforms from 5,000 polys per platform to about 36? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and
great,
you're not
wasn't it?
really exaggerating that much either.
That's actually completely
Do
true.
you know the other argument we had about them was if they had lips? It
Yeah.
looks like they still do.
We said take the lips off about 20 times, and they still have lips on that you catch your head on.
Gav, at least we got the low polys.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Part of it all.
Amazing artist, world's worst dev.
I think you've got better though with the dev side of things, didn't you?
I'll behave these days. Been in the Lashings room so many less times recently.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's been quiet.
We've
for me,
bought a
actually.
producer. Well, when I say bought one, we've hired a producer, and yeah, he helps a lot more these days, doesn't he? Spread the lashings love.
Are we going to give out his name?
That's not the only thing he does.
We're just going to call him here. Is he got a name?
I don't know. Do you get blown off there during a cutscene? That used to really.
It will.
Yeah, but that's why I put the.
That's why I put those bars above.
Yeah, that's the fix. Bit of a dodgy thing there, but oh.
Yeah, because at least you only got blown off one ledge with those bars there.
It will. I think Mr. Blow was the only character I got to name in this game, wasn't it?
Did I name anything?
No,
You sure? I must have got
you
something
named
in
us
it.
about 3 things less than you animated.
I must have done something. I must have had some influence.
I think
on
you named one of the production babies in the credits.
it.
That was probably his
Your
wife.
child.
Alright.
Are there any other community questions for this level?
Oh,
Bleep it out.
yeah, stand up for a second. We've got a
We'll
few.
go into the dark
Go and
place.
see tentacles.
Let
There's
me
some more
see.
tentacles down there.
Okay.
See, a few of the questions were already sort of like pre-answered by you guys.
Excellent, excellent. We're good like that.
Damn you for going into too much detail. Here's an interesting one, I guess, from Bob Heinrich Jr. He asked, why didn't you use Laylee's echolation move to be able to see in the dark instead of eating fireflies?
Well, hang on. We could do that in the sequel. That would. That's
Yeah,
that's
write that
pretty
one
good.
down quick.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea actually.
Was it not something that sort of sprung to mind when you were thinking about seeing in the dark mechanics? Or
You know what? No.
I think
Did it?
I mean, possibly it was discussed, but if, like, we wanted Yooka's state changes to have a few different effects, right?
That's
So
right,
one of them
yeah,
was the
yeah.
firefly thing, so
Gary, go left
If
into
that-
that cave.
Oh, I'm looking at my animations.
gameplay was already fulfilled, didn't really need it, I guess.
Yeah.
Look at those animations. Tentacles again. Look at that. Tentacles.
Right. Press the left trigger
Am I going to die?
quickly. Yeah,
Then
left
into
trigger,
the-
Trigger.
Into the door.
Alright, okay.
and move forwards.
I love the Yooka swim anim. It's so beautifully done.
I didn't do that.
Oh, sorry, mate.
I would have done it, but I wasn't aiming time to do it. Miles has already done all the best stuff and left me with all the tentacles.
It always slightly wound me up that you swim in and walk out of that doorway.
Oh, this is it.
Go, Gary, go on. This is your moment. this is where we've envisioned Gary's challenged for ages to be this massive.
I couldn't do this even if it was in the
expense.
lights. If there was no dark in here, I'd still fail on this. I can't even remember what to do.
Probably ask all the viewers now to just make themselves comfortable for a few hours now.
Make a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Oh.
Get a power nap in.
No, it's gone dark. Am I going to make it? I'm going to make it.
Oh.
No.
Attempt 1.
You got 100 lives, Gary. Go.
100 lives.
Yeah, 100 chances for this.
I've forgotten how to play.
Red button, that's it. Yeah,
Here we go.
Look at that.
Right, I've got to be quicker.
There's another firefly up there.
Oh, right, okay. How'd you get over? All
You
right.
can jump up.
Oh, yeah, it's a double jump, isn't there?
There's also a high jump you've purchased.
How'd you get them? Is it B? That's it. Down there, innit? Right, okay, come on.
Stop moving the camera.
If I walk instead.
We've made this easier as well. Some of these were.
No, I'm making the same mistake.
You had to use the roll on originally.
Ooh, go on.
Some people were upset that we made it easier.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was the case. I would like to say. I think before it was some things were slippy and some things weren't, and the surface material didn't reflect that.
Yeah.
So we just changed it so that it was more forgiving,
This bit's
but
tricky,
it was
mate.
more
There's a
reflective of
sneaky
the
little
actual
gap in the middle
gameplay.
of this bridge.
Like this one's more shiny.
Yeah, you got to jump after that third quill.
There.
So
That's
it would
it.
be slippy.
Oh, cheers, I would have died there if you weren't for you. Okay,
You're doing all right here.
Doing
Gary.
all right, actually.
It's going well.
I'm not too sure where to go, though.
Not that.
Oh, no!
What the?
Oh, it's all going so
It's
well.
really unforgiving because you have to start again. Like, you could have had like a little checkpoint.
Sorry,
in
the
there,
97 goes left, Gary. You're fine.
You just left.
No,
Oh,
come back.
God, they're so irritated. Are we going to do this, Payne, or what?
Yeah, come on. And we need the feedback from the community to see if Gary's challenged is something they want to see
Yes.
happen. Everyone at Playtonic wants to see it happen all the time because it would just be very funny. And it doesn't have to be a game we've made either. I mean, I don't think.
Here we go.
We're not going to ask him to do that Battletoads level.
Episode 1 Settlers.
Why
You know.
not?
Well,
good
we
as-
need to build up to something like that.
Good finale.
We could just give him.
I'm a beast at Settlers.
We could just give him the first level of Donkey Kong Country 1 initially.
What's the button
maybe.
again? Is it? Oh, it's B.
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, he's already done it. How many buttons does this pad have?
Come on.
Oh no! I was looking at the buttons on the pad.
Why do you need to know how many buttons
Gary
there
also
are?
needs to find absolute answers that aren't relevant at any point in time to himself. Like, how many buttons are there on this pad? Doesn't matter right now. You're like,
Right, I'm doing it this time. Don't talk to me.
Eye the tiger, Gary. Come on.
Come on. Give me the tune. Dun. Dun, dun,
We get
dun,
sued.
dun. Oh no! Why did I do that? I don't understand why I did that. I keep thinking it's there and it's further to the left, isn't it? Come on, Dean. Get me the tune. I need morale.
We're not allowed.
Oh, my
Yeah, well,
copyright
get a
infringement.
take
Gary.
down.
Rocky will come in and beat us up.
Yeah.
You mean
Right.
You mean
This is it. This
right?
time.
Look there, Lucky.
This time. I'm not going to fail on that bend.
It's directly in front of you.
Right. Look where the red for
there,
danger. The
is that-
crystals are coloured
is that what
red
that
at
is?
the start. And
Oh right, I didn't know that.
Every
So that's the
course,
clever art
yeah.
direction.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
You see.
so,
Oh.
Red means bad.
why are you in ball roll? Get out, seriously. I shouldn't be helping you, actually. Why am I
What? So
helping?
if you don't go in ball roll, it's easier.
On those
You can
bits,
keep
like,
jumping
like
around.
I
green.
thought you can
Green is
select-
safe. Now red
select
is the
some
start
other
of
ones.
new danger. That's something no one cares in this game.
Yeah, actually, that's never thought
we
about that.
colour
Red
coded.
is bad. Green is good.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Of course it is.
It's like right.
It's like traffic cones, isn't it? Red's
Well,
bad, isn't it?
they're orange.
Watch out, watch out.
No! It's the red thing as well. Why did?
So 93 goes left. We'll get there
I'm
eventually.
getting sweaty.
We want you to get the secret pirate treasure in here as well. By the way,
some
spoiler: there's some secret pirate treasure in this room.
Forget
Found
that.
it on this level, yeah.
Forget that.
Gary, just
I
pretend.
don't need to know that, do I?
Gary, just pretend, right? If you complete this challenge now, Matt will walk in a minute with a massive cheese board just for you.
A cheese board.
Yeah.
Gav will eat it. Gav's a cheese addict.
You're the cheese addict.
I think we are now. We've got a cheese fund in the kitchen.
Yeah, we have a cheese fund that this is because you're talking to me. I can't do this.
He's taking his rage out on Daley.
You're talking to me.
We may have to go silent in a minute on the video, just for a few listeners. Nothing's wrong with the video, but we're going to see if it helps Gary on this run. Right, everyone stay silent until he dies in about 20 seconds.
I'm betting about 15 seconds.
See, Dean, you're the world's worst dev and video.
Right, let's get intense now. So this is it now. Shh. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm going to do it. I'll stop breathing. I'm going to breathe. Can you feel the heat coming off me?
Concentrate.
I've concentrated.
Don't talk, Gavin.
I'm just going to kill some baddies and have a breather. Just give me a sec. Right,
Now remember that.
red's
Remember
bad.
where you keep falling off.
Right, okay. Oh! They don't keep spawning, do they, them ones? Right, red's bad. Look for green. See? They must keep spawning. I don't know where I'm going. Give me a clue. I've come from up there. What do those do? Oh, I can kill those guys with it, can't I? Oh, yeah.
You can go in first person.
I can't. First person, how'd you do that?
Left click, I think.
Left click. Click what? Oh, the pad. Oh,
You ran out.
Oh.
This is good.
What's fire again?
Blue.
Blue button.
My heart rate's genuinely gone up.
I can't. What the?
Oh, well done, yeah.
We've done it.
Get the
You're about a third of the way through the room.
Never
Everyone
die.
quiet again.
Oh, right, so where do I go? Come on, give me a clue here. I don't want to die again. I can't start this again.
Right.
I'm going to be sick.
There's some moving platforms over there in front of you, look.
Yeah, I can see them, but if I jump off that, I'm going to die.
Use glide. That's jump and hold A.
Jump
Or
and
green,
hold
as
A.
you call it.
I'm committed, Gav.
Oh,
But it's not red. It's not red. But it wasn't red. You said red's bad, and that's not red.
They just warn you wearing edges.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the biggest anticlimax all week, that.
Come on, someone get me to that position.
Right, let's save this for a genuine episode.
Yeah, we'll come back.
It's really sweaty, that.
Gary's challenge.
Hand breathe.
Go on, Hamish. Show him how it's
Just
done.
show me how it's done.
First time, no death, easy.
The thing is, I have completed this once.
I don't think you have.
Do you reckon it was the biggest, least value of money for you, for this company, me testing this game? When it came to test plan.
So you animated this thing. It turns out you've only done 3 anims.
Yeah, but I shone later on in the game. I need to come back, don't I, for Tentacle Boss.
Yeah.
I find gliding, Gary, is pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
You just see everything.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I believe if you made this level light, I still wouldn't get through it.
I think it would make it easier, right? You've got the that platform out here. It's a bit too dark, I think, to see.
Yeah.
It is one of the hardest parts of the game. That and, you know which one, the slide thing. Thing is, it's usually Gav that makes you're the one that makes most stuff hard.
I am. I've got to stop doing it.
The slide thing.
The Hub C.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Hivory Towers. Third Hivory Towers bit.
I'll probably be better for that. No, you're good at that, remember?
I only did that one once.
You did it.
I'm reasonably good at games.
You lied to me for about a week and said you did it to make me keep doing it.
Thank God this used to be ball roll.
Oh, I knew I made this bit too easy.
This is crazy. Imagine if your thing went out. This did not need to be dark.
Hey, look, I animated him. Animated him. Go see him, look at that.
Oh, no.
Look at that, this is all mine. Well, kind of. Mark did it the first time and I thought, no, I
the thing's here,
so I
isn't
did it again.
How do you get to it?
Did Gavin not tell you we put Mark Channing back in the game?
Did it?
Without you knowing?
Oh, please don't die.
No, don't go for the pirate treasure.
Wouldn't surprise
Oh, that's
me.
right, it is.
It's between the two red bits, I think.
You see, that's confusing.
It does look particularly darker than I remember it, though.
It's development hindsight, huh?
Yeah.
Got one from Matthew John 1986 on Twitter. He says, although the game was non-linear and pages could be collected out of order, the bosses appeared to be designed / placed mid-level instead of at the culmination of a world, similar to Banjo-Kazooie / Tui, but unlike DK64, for example. Is this a preferred design philosophy?
It is for me, because if you're a fan of boss fights, then I ultimately see a boss fight as a challenge like any other challenge in the game. And if you like boss fights, then you shouldn't be forced to have to play other challenges just to access the bits you like. So I like the fact that we place them anyhow, and they can be anywhere, and they're just their own instances of a challenge, which happen to be termed boss fights.
But also, bosses in Banjo, for example, I remember that in the first one, Mumbo's Mountain, the gorilla's just there. You can just go straight to him, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the person asking the question was saying. Like,
Oh, okay.
Banjo was great in that it allowed you to do the bosses anyhow.
Right, okay, yeah, sorry.
Rather than DK64, where you had to build up enough of the collectibles to go through a trough and scoff door, right?
Yeah.
But I do prefer this more approach for freedom, because if you wanted to have some self-restraint, you could just choose to go and play the boss at the end of the level as the last thing you do.
Sorry.
Whereas if we take that choice away from you, some people wouldn't be as happy.
Go and see Ghosty, Hamish. I animated him.
Who's Ghosty?
First thing I ever did when I came here was do the ghost. The red ghost, the gobbly ghost. The
Beat me
greedy
up.
one. Is it greedy one?
I'll go to the other one outside, because there's
No, 'cause they
there's
do
the
it.
other...
There's Angry.
I did angry, that's one I did.
Oh, I'm going to get beat up.
Looks a bit naff actually, doesn't it? I didn't do that one, that was a male's job, that was definitely. I thought I did it, but it's not me.
To be honest, that could have been the first challenge, Gary. I don't think he'd have done that.
Actually, I didn't do the good bit where he flies off. Mark did that.
I guess what's interesting as well about placing a boss sort of in a place where you can challenge it when you want to is that means that you're going to have, different people playing the game, fighting it with a different moveset as well. So you'll have someone who doesn't have as much tools as the person after. Like, is that something you thought about / like in that?
It's almost something like, with this type of game, you can't get away from, and it's actually got some bad things as well, because if you try playing the Rampo, for example, when you can fly, you think, you can cheese the boss quite a few different ways. But then, as many people who are annoyed by that would also be happy about that, because they can say, I'll just come back and do this boss with when I've got the moves that make it a lot easier. So it's got pros and cons. But yeah, you kind of have to embrace the fact that if you're kind of an open world, anything order type of game, don't try and fight players because it's kind of fun coming up with ways of thinking that I'm outsmarting the game or the designers of this by doing it a particular way. So we leave it that.
And there's another animation I didn't do. That's a Kev Bayliss.
I thought Dean was just about to say he likes that one again.
Do you know what? That was the next thing I was about to say, actually.
Yeah, it's nice to see Clara with her legs this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time she didn't have them. We always get a lot of questions about trouser. Corey Marshall asked if there was, I think we covered this a little bit in the last episode, but again, he asked, was an opportunity to provide some sort of decorative pieces to make the area where trouser is in every world look like a hastily built shop.
I think we had the idea of his caravan, didn't we, initially?
Yeah, did we discuss that in the last video?
we did,
He was going to have something, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll see where Trouser lives sooner or later.
Yeah. So yeah, common point of conversation. Everyone seems very curious about him.
You'll see that snowman over there again, Hamish. It might be a different snowman with a different animation.
This one?
No.
Yeah, it is. Not that one. No, I didn't do them bouncing ones.
Well, I was about to say that.
This one?
Good.
They're like...
No, the one that needs a hat. Is
The
it?
one that needs a hat over to...
Oh, he's under the water, right?
No.
No, there's one behind
come
you.
on.
Over there. Right. Even Gary knows this.
I know where he is, because I place him, you see. So
Go over there behind the Malinga Gilderchuck.
I replace them. I don't do placing.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't see that here.
there he is. It's Posh one.
It's Posh one. Exactly. He might have a different anime. Let's see what he does. Go on, animate.
Wow, Gary.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love how his eyes sort of move around and stuff. That's really nice.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, look.
Oh,
he's
look. He's
dancing.
doing a little dance
Oh,
and a
nice.
bow.
Are the
Bow.
snowmen, bar the couple of props on them, the exact same model?
Yeah, exactly the same. They just have different props, yeah. That's all the difference. So I guess any of them could have any of the same animations on, but...
What is the... Does anyone in the community, has anyone asked about the snowmen and who they are? These cursed snowmen, I would say.
Yeah, no, they haven't actually. Not this time. But if you say they've all got the same bodies, that would suggest they're all built by the same person, right?
Well, or cursed by the same person.
Ah.
Maybe they actually have other forms to be revealed.
I would have loved one to be like a dog poo snowman, like a classic UK snowman where you get a bit of dog poo stuck to the side of it and a wee stain. That would have been quite a nice little
Who
touch.
did that?
Is that classic? I've never seen one of those.
I call them grassmen because when you roll them in the UK, you're not in the snow, so you just get grass stuck to them and twigs. It didn't have to be a perfect snowman. No comment?
No.
I think we're trying to process that.
See, they're my design ideas, you see.
Do you animate this guy?
A dog piece.
No, I didn't. That's Mark.
It's cute, this one.
This is a level up on the previous Eevee challenge where it's now over slippiness. Way, well done. I always say Eevee, you either get her in about 5 seconds or it's 50 seconds. Nowhere in between.
Look at that dodgy animation. Now his belt's cutting through. What happened there? That must have been... Someone must have brought that. I wouldn't do that. Why is his belt
What's his
cutting
animation?
through? He's got a wrong belt on. That's probably why.
You wouldn't see Mels or Bayless doing letting
That'll
that
be
through,
them.
innit?
They'll have been fixing bugs and made a mistake and look at that. Shoddy that is.
Is this the only animation?
How did
this
that
guy
get
does?
through?
Why is a snowman cold?
Well, apparently they're cursed.
That is an interesting
Not snowmen.
question.
Well, it was kind of cool now, like, the witch was using the brush to sweep, and the posh guy
He's
was
bowing.
kind of being posh. Why is an adventurer snowman cold and bowing? Is this the posh one's anims? Have you mixed up the anims?
That's what's happened, I reckon. He should
This
be
is
bowing.
posh
That's
guy's
why he's got a
anims,
belt
isn't
on
it?
I think Gary needs to
It's
go
a
to the
bug.
lashings
It's
room.
got to be a bug.
You've used
That
the wrong
isn't
anim
either.
on the wrong...
It's-
No, you
It's
should
getting worse.
You should have pointed that out. I should have been given that.
You've
I
used
suppose.
the
I
wrong
can't remember.
anim on the wrong...
But
Oh.
going back to him being cold, I reckon that is a clever little idea. A snowman is cold, so he's shivering. Maybe he wants to be hot and melt.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a person just with snow on him.
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to be clever and make him cold.
It's a snowman. You've done the wrong... Right, go visit some more snowmen now. Let's see if any of them have got the wrong anims on them. This is
This is the lashes. A 2-year late lashes.
If Gary isn't actually in any further commentary videos and his mug starts appearing on the side of milk cartons, don't worry.
Oh, no. Gary, you just have to say it's efficient reuse of animations.
Yeah.
To save
Go and
money
see
on
Pirate
budget.
Snowman and see what they're doing.
Where's that going?
I think he's down near the...
Down on the water?
Yeah, on the water near Puzz. You can go take the shortcut through the
Oh, this one.
He's on a little iceberg on the water.
big doorway here.
Speaking of going in one door, coming swimming, going out the other walking, this one bugs me. You go in here and you come out the other right side of the map. It couldn't connect.
Yeah, we could have put a loading screen on saying
Yooka-Laylee
safely traversed to the other side of the world.
Where?
Down to your right. Come on, you should know this stuff.
Oh, I remember now. It's all coming back to me.
There he is. Oh no, he's bad.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
but this guy's belt is normal.
Yeah,
Isn't that the same snowman as before, just without a whip?
he's got a patch.
It's got an eye patch.
Oh, he has, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
It's not
different
a
belt.
missing texture. It could well be a missing
Oh,
texture.
what? I'm going to blame it on the modeler. He could have made that snowman easier for me by making sure it fitted better on the actual snowman before it was animated. Who modelled it? Kev? No? Mark? I think it's a Mark Stevenson model, that is.
Well, it's been ruined by the anims now, anyway.
Yeah.
So we've got that animation, then we've got the sweeping one. Is that just
So
the
right
two?
now,
or-
the witch is the only one with her own animals.
Yeah.
We've just discovered. I wanted these platforms to shoot out the current platform you stand on, but we didn't have time to do that. So it made more sense how they were going 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, glide challenge complete.
How many more challenges have we got now?
Yeah, so we're at like an hour and 20 minutes now, so we should probably start wrapping up.
I think we visited most areas anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just
yeah,
head back to the
definitely.
start.
No more snowmen you want to check?
We've seen all Gary's work, haven't we?
Just the squid things under the water. We haven't had a look at them. Right? We had a quick look at them, and then you moved on, didn't you?
Yeah.
They didn't get any respect or anything. There was a lot of work.
No, I
put into
think
that.
they're really cool. I remember
They're
seeing that for the
lovely.
first time. I was
Yeah.
Me
very
and Kat
impressed.
put a bit of time into that and
Yeah.
got them, animated nicely. Well, Kat made it good, really. Oh, I remember getting lashes. Remember the lashes I got for that when I changed it? The transformation. That was my first set of lashes when I first came to the company.
What did you do? I don't know.
I made it better, but not better enough to warrant changing it. So
That doesn't really sound like a believable story.
yeah, it was better.
Which one?
The transformation thing. The
What was it
actual
like
machine
before?
bit. It's not. It's the same as it was before.
Oh.
I made it a little bit smoother, and yeah, it was. I got told off and got taken to the room. Dean was already in there. He was coming out.
I was limping out, yeah.
Yeah, he was limping out. Thing is, we only have like one office, don't we, for all like meetings and stuff. So when I get told I'm going to the office, I instantly panic. When it's not always that case.
We don't ever invite you in there anyway because it's a confined space and your guts can be
Not
right terrible.
Yeah, I guess you've got the two people in here which know a lot about toilets and guts, don't they? Me and Dean. Yeah.
I'm distancing myself from this. Gary.
Yeah, well, I don't think we should go down to toilet humour anyway.
Question from Eric Amorim. Who owns the ICYMETRIC Palace? What are the rent prices like in the area? Asking for a friend.
Oh, I think that could be answered in future. That's my answer when I don't want to give away. But do people really want us to just give spoilers out now? No. But it is kind of cool. I like the ICYMETRIC Palace. I'd love, like I said, I would like to do more isometric stuff in future. And there's particular characters that have always had like that was a Clue characters that have had like a concept for an isometric style game attached to them. And the palace, it would be cool for them to visit the palace in a different context. So, yeah, it does have an owner, it does have a reason to exist. This book and world, this is only a tiny bit of this world I guess we've seen, so...
I do remember the dialogue, I think, in the Isometric Palace did give clues, but I don't want to mention it in case you took it out for a reason that you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I was talking to Andy about this the other day.
Yeah, Andy wanted to make it so it was owned by capital B.
Yeah,
It was
holiday
his
home.
holiday home.
Yeah.
But it technically could be his holiday home now, but that's not to say he was the original owner.
Capital B. That's my doing. I'm good at it. I did his voice. It's my voice.
Well done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm Capital B.
Give an impression.
Yeah,
then,
you got an impression.
It's pretty good.
He's made your impression, Dean, look well rubbish by comparison.
Maybe we can have a chat
Yeah, go on.
about toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good note to.
Anyone wants to write their own captions for that part of the video, do so.
What you Dr. Quack?
We'll have a competition and we'll give away, I don't know, the signed picture of Gary Talbot.
Can I enter?
It's lovely, but it's no Kev Bayliss.
When we top off from my table tennis bat.
You've took it to a different place again. I'm not saying stop. Whoa.
Can you not do Dr. Quack impressions? Or
Yeah.
is he...
Oh, when we're on a Dr. Quack episode, of course.
Wasn't he
yeah.
filtered a bit because he weren't good enough?
No.
No.
What?
Well, let's prove it
Am I-
then. Let's hear
is
it.
that
Let's
true?
hear it.
No, that's not. Oh, I've done a really rubbish
It's
one on
because it was
on
filtered.
microphone now.
It was filtered because you just
No,
got on for the job.
I'm sure I did it on. I had a sore throat on that day or something,
Oh, right.
which helped. So I can't really do it on request.
What about you, Puzz?
You put.
We've all done it.
Mine
You've got to now.
No,
Give an
mine
impression.
doesn't sound anything like it. Mine was changed with the audio
Why did you get the lady?
because we drew straws.
Right. Okay.
I think that was it.
We all asked to be certain characters, didn't we?
I think we drew straws, and if it was like if you are unhappy, you can change, or maybe like you drew two and you got to choose from the two.
I thought we said who do you want to be considered for, and you'll get randomly chosen against the ones you can want to be considered for. Because Gary chose he wanted to be. I was going to be capital B, and Gary begged me to swap.
I think it'd be a fascinating insight to hear Puzz unedited, like raw Puzz.
First of all, I need water.
Sushi Puzz.
You need water.
Yeah.
That's
That's
very
okay.
good.
We've got
I'm
water.
not drinking your
So
water.
that's all right.
I saw you
okay.
spill that on your pants earlier.
Well, there you go. There's some.
Here's some.
No, it's fine, thanks.
Maybe in episode 5 we'll get.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
episode
So you need to go and warm up.
Make sure we bring a bottle of Evian with us next time.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up now. After that last bit of excitement. Thanks for joining us. Does everyone want to say like bye? Any parting words? B?
I'll see you in the future. I don't think I'm going to be in the next episode.
No, why not?
You're having a break.
I'll be back in 5.
Maybe I will.
yeah.
Maybe I'll drop. I do. It is my favourite level 3.
I did a lot of
favourite level in the
animation in
game.
that.
I'll come in. I'll explain why that in a future episode. But other than that, I'll see you all next time. Over to you, Gary.
Yeah, hopefully I'm back in the next episode because I did the tentacle boss. And we'll have to get Simon in because Simon did all the
Yeah,
programming.
we'll get you in for that. We'll have another challenge if people liked it.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm just keen to go out now because this room is really hot.
That's me. I just,
Yeah.
We haven't opened the window for an hour and 20 minutes. It's getting really clammy in here.
Yeah, it is.
But no, it's been a lot of fun to talk about this. It's been a while since certainly I've seen it, so it's nice to reminisce a bit. And yeah, I look forward to chatting again in episode 5.
As will I, yeah. We'll like the final world.
can I do any like advertisements from like my cottage online? No,
We're still doing Hamish's goodbye.
I've done mine.
He's done it.
Are we doing a hub episode?
Yeah, we probably
okay,
will.
cool.
And we'll probably do an audio episode as well. You'll be here for the next one. Like, you're useful because you can play the game, so.
Ah, okay.
Alright, awesome.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, it's so hot.
All of us about 8.
Just gonna save and quit. It's terrible, isn't it?
I can barely breathe.